trio in here. Oh, dude, that's just elite. What's going on, guys? All right. Hey, no, wait. Feel free first off to just take a seat.
Yes. Okay, so that's the view.
This
nice.
is the camera right now. So this is the one that we're going to start with. The one thing that we need to do, though, is it's a little bit weird, I know, but we got to take that, like, first picture pose and then...
Let's see this one. There we go.
That one's actually good. What do you prefer? Like, do you prefer being in front of cameras where you get multiple takes and multiple tries? Or do you like just that one hit it and go and just run the entire play?
So definitely on set is where what I really love and where I feel the most at home.
Yeah. No, definitely.
There's obviously an adrenaline rush that happens. It's just a different beast when you're on stage.
Yeah.
But for me, I like both, but the ability to just search for perfection in a way and just keep working on your performance and then just capturing it and then that's it. I like that, and then you can just move to the next thing afterwards. I like just diving into those characters and the performances and working with different people. So often shows are done for a long time. So you build that family, which is also very special too.
Yeah, no, that is very true.
You get to travel more with usually with movies and TV shows. It's just a different lifestyle that I really enjoy. But it ultimately having it captured, having it done. And it's such a huge collaborative experience that everyone put their effort into creating that show or that movie. I love that. I absolutely love that.
Oh, wait, when did you get your motorcycle license?
This year.
This year?
In a span of 1 week, I got my license and the motorcycle, which was my dream motorcycle, by the way.
So how does that? What was the process of getting don't you have to be driving a motorcycle like somebody else's motorcycle or something? Like I don't know if it was somebody else's.
No.
You buy beforehand?
Nope. There's a little loophole. What you can do is do a course. For example, I did the one in what is it called? Oh gosh, I forget the acronym. But anyways, it's a safety course out in California, where for 3 days, basically you get some theory training and then some practical training just on how to use a motorcycle.
All right.
Now, I would recommend anyone who's interested in getting a motorcycle to do this course. Whether you know how to ride a motorcycle or not. I grew up riding motorcycles and I still did it, and I'm so glad I did because there's so much I learned that I didn't really know.
Yeah, but I mean, with us also as actors, I feel like in driving,
it's such a cool factor, and also you can put that on your resume. You never know what parts
come
out.
Dude.
Honestly, that's part of why I've always wanted one. The incentive for this year, I did an audition for a sick project that I really wanted, and I lied and I said that I did have a motorcycle license.
As you should. That's the actors. That's what you got to do.
And then I got it, though. Then I backed it up. I said, hey, in the meantime, because I felt good about it, so I said, let me just get the license right away. And then you never know. For next projects, it's just something I can add on my resume, and it's something I can do.
Going places, and he is currently right now. You're doing a short film, so...
Yes. So as most people can imagine, or if you don't, this is how it works. Acting, there's ups and downs. There's periods where you're more busy, periods where you're less. It's just an interesting business. A lot of factors go into you doing a project. Most actors need some type of... Unless you really make it, and then you're just chilling the whole time. But either way, you do want to do something in the time that you're not acting in movies.
100%.
So most actors either create their own content, create their own projects, or do some other business. They do something else. I've been doing that for the past years in one way or another with social media, with various ways of just creating stuff for myself. I like to do stuff. I don't want to just hang around and wait and not do anything.
That's where it's at. That is where it's at. 100%.
So this year in particular, I decided, well, wouldn't it be nice if I could do something that's always still connected to movie making? Wouldn't it be nice getting into producing? And so that's what I started
Yeah.
this year, just shadowing some directors, producers, starting to learn more about the industry on that side of the industry, understand more how the machine works from behind the scenes. How does a project get started? How does that get greenlit? How does that work?
Yeah.
And that led to me buying an actual camera, a red Komodo, which is a cinema grade camera.
That's a red camera. Like, you bought a red.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. Hey.
Yep.
If anybody doesn't know, like, red cameras they're not cheap, guys.
Yeah,
like, hey, yo.
But Facebook Marketplace is my heaven. And streaming platforms always looking for content.
Yeah.
And so if you can provide that, you're creating your own opportunities, essentially. So right now, I wrote a short, which I'm going to direct and produce, essentially. I'm not acting in it, because I don't feel I can do everything already all at once.
I'm sure you can.
Eventually,
Eventually. Definitely.
This time I just want to really start something and finish it from behind the scenes.
Definitely.
But professional grade. We're going to use my red. We're going to use the lenses I have and borrow some. Once you start in LA, it's a city full of people that love this industry and want to work in it. So if you lead with that energy and that love and that acceptance, that friendship energy, you'll meet a lot of people. And if you're willing to help your friends when they need, they'll usually help you when you need. So I'm borrowing some things, I'm asking some favors, and I have a DP, a professional DP. He's amazing. His name is Brad Rushing. He's an extremely talented cinematographer. He's really good.
I'm getting excited, the more you talk about this. I haven't even heard of are you allowed to go into that? Or?
Absolutely, yeah.
But also, before you go into the story, so now are you finding that new appreciation behind the camera, and are you really thinking I might want to do something maybe more behind the scenes or do you think always in front?
Always in front.
Yeah.
Number one is always in front. That is my true passion, my true love. In life, we'll get different things, different candy plates that'll entertain us and attract us, but my true passion is always that. And any time, because I believe everyone will have that moment where you feel, especially if you have a goal in something that you wanted for so long, you wonder, and maybe there's so slow times, or you don't get the yes that you were hoping for, and you wonder, do I really want to do this? Is that really my thing? But anytime I ask myself that question, it's always yes, I really do. If I had that on a silver platter right now, would I say no? Is there anything else that would take me away from that?
There's no way. There's nothing on the planet that would take us away. And I know that it's a grind for us. We got to stick with it, but it's something that I think both of us kind of realize this is ideal. This is it. This is the best sort of line of work that you could possibly have, and to do anything in this realm is just ideal. And obviously, we've gotten very fortunate to be in front of the camera, but even just to be anywhere, anywhere involved with film. That's where it is.
100%. So that's what I'm doing. It's just mainly to fill in the time while I'm not in front of the camera. Also to create opportunities for myself in the future. And for just to create work for myself and not just wait. Anytime I feel challenged, it's a gift. So I feel I can grow. So it's this class, and this girl in the class, she's amazingly in tune with her emotions and her vulnerability, and showing and going through stuff and not minding really whoever watches her. And I thought, once I started creating this concept of this short, I thought she's it. So I had to see if she wanted to be on board, because if not, it wouldn't work, because the script really focuses on her reactions. A lot of the thing, when you have a small budget, non-existent budget really, you have to in order to create what's going on around you, I'm using her in the way she sees it. So you have to be really good at emotional work to be able to show the audience what you're seeing in order to let them imagine what's going on. So she's the one. So not my girlfriend, she's
the one.
She's
not like that.
For the short movie.
For the short movie. Didn't Ramsey not want to see you in makeup because he wanted a real reaction? Do you remember that?
No, was that real?
I think he was telling me at least that he didn't want to see me at all. He's like, bro, do not come through. Don't he's like, I need to have that whole real reaction to when I see that zombie, you know. Like, every one of my buddies and things like that, they're like, yo, did you see the Penguin? And they had no idea that I even, like, worked with Ramsey. Like, yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, like, we just happen to know the guy. He's a great guy, too. Like, his work ethic is pretty, you know, he's out there as well. Like, both of you guys, I remember, were reading the scripts, like, ASAP, you know, and we're like, let's run this. Like, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. What is your dream show or movie to work on?
I have a few.
He's got a few. He's got a few.
So, for some reason, I've always been in love with the idea of playing Spider-Man.
Okay, I can see that, though. I could 100% see that.
Tom Holland is awesome, so I don't think it'll happen because he's just so good and he's always making more. And why would they have a fourth Spider-Man? It doesn't make much sense. But if ever in the multiverse,
they're gonna like, hey, he's gonna get older, and you're gonna like, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know currently right now they're doing the James Bond audit, like, you know, stuff.
That's
like
the second thing I was
yo. Hey, I know we might have to compete on that a little bit, but that's fine, you know. Hey, if I don't get it, I hope it's you, my boy. That's all I'm saying.
Same.
But, like, you know, we gotta get out there, you know, do that stuff. And
realistically, I get pessimistic with that stuff because we're competing against so many people, and there's so many factors.
So great. Like, I mean, there's so many factors that obviously, like, you know, you can't really, like, look is one thing, you know, you got
one of the thousand things. I love action movies. I've been training a lot also in mixed martial arts. A little bit in mixed martial arts, mostly martial arts tricking. That's what it's called.
I've just been seeing, like, the parkour stuff that you've been doing. That stuff is
everything.
It's insane. This guy is like, so can you do a standing flip, like, just straight up, like, but then standing back flip?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do a wall flip. I learned so I can do some acrobatics before I went to this gym, but I learned so much after going there. I can do back flips, I can do kicks, I can do kicks, I can do a bunch of stuff. Gainer into a side kick. I mean, fun stuff.
That's fun. That is the fun stuff right there. And that is, I think, required for, you know, James Bond, like,
come on,
Spider-Man.
Let me ask you a question. How was the college experience? I went to community college and then I got into UCLA. Didn't end up going, so I never experienced that actual college life. How was it?
I'll say this. It was very interesting. Like, I've always been one of those people. My mom, ever since I've been very young, like, you know, a lot of the actors, they can sometimes be homeschooled or decide, like, hey, you know, I want to just focus on this. But my mom was very adamant on, like, hey, you got to have that somewhat just being a normal kid. Like, I feel like the best thing for acting is experiences. So just putting yourself in those, you know, in those different roles, parkour, anything like that. So just being in life in general and being in that school, like, you know, right now, I think mainly for us, the roles that we're getting, we're still on that cusp of still adult, you know, to whatever. Like, we're still playing those younger roles because they can see us like that. So they're going to throw us in those, you know, high school still, in college, all the rest of that. So to have those experiences and just kind of see what that was like, just kind of take that in. That was my main purpose of, you know, going to college. That was another thing, because it was really filmed. It was with Dodge, and it's one of the top film programs in the country. And basically, it's with the people who I think are going to be the next directors, the next producers, the next...
the people you gotta know.
The people you gotta know. And I'm telling, like, I see these guys work, and it's like, they deserve to be on set. Like, they are doing...
They will be.
Yeah, they will be on set 100%. Yeah. So it's like, just having that connection and to still be affiliated with it. I worked on, like, 2 short films for Chapman on my senior year. And then next weekend, actually, I'm filming another one. Yeah. What was the audition process like for you, you know?
Yeah, so it's one of the weirdest auditions I've ever done. Yeah. Because first off, usually with big productions and big things that you audition for, you know very little about them. So they're very secretive. You don't know what it is. And as actors, you audition for a lot of stuff. It can look really glamorous and fancy, or it can look weird and student filmy, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
So this script was interesting. It wasn't very clear. I mean, it looked legit. It looked nice, but it was so secretive. So you didn't really know what you were auditioning for. And funny enough, I say this story often because it's one of the shifts that happened in my audition approach.
Yeah.
I got 2 auditions that week, and both were due the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, one was for a lead in a movie, and another one was for this weird show. I didn't really know what it was for.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, let me do this. For one audition, the movie, I'm going to work as hard as I can.
Yep.
I'm going to dissect this scene, and I am going to make all the choices I can, and I'm just going to really work as hard as I can.
100.
The other one, I'm going to read the day of.
Yes.
And I'm just going to do a quick audition technique, just a few things, and go in it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. So I'm completely ready for the other one.
Yeah,
I shoot
yeah.
it 3 takes. I'm good. I'm done. I feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm also feeling sick. By the way, I think I was getting COVID. Perhaps I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
know. I was
No.
sick. I wasn't feeling good that day. By the way.
Mm.
And yeah, I just play around. I grab my skateboard. I just do this audition. I play, and no F's given.
Yeah.
So then I just forget about it, right? As you do, you send your audition, you forget about it. 2 weeks later, I watched them both back to back.
Mm-hmm.
The one I worked so hard on was.
You were like,
what did I say? It was intermediate at best. It was decent at best. It was nothing special at all.
Yeah.
I watched the other one and it was genuinely entertaining. I said,
Yeah,
oh crap,
like,
I did some good work.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, booked it. No callbacks, no
Yeah.
nothing, just booked it. Actors who are still figuring it out. It's a weird balance to learn how to be prepared without overworking yourself and overworking the scene, because it still has to be life. In life, you can't do the same scene every time the same way, because it just doesn't work that way. You can hit some emotional truths with different colors, but you have to live in the moment. And something that's too rehearsed and too planned and too mechanical will result as not genuine, or just not as impactful as when you, the person living that moment, have no idea what's going on, and you're just along this river, and just it's a roller coaster, and you just don't know what's happening. I studied my lines so well that exactly the way you described Anthony Hopkins did. You don't think about it. You let it go. So you're not just still grabbing onto it and focusing on it. You know it so well that you just forget about it completely, and then you're just working off of the other person
and the emotions and thinking about
that can
things.
That can live because you're not stressed about anything else. You're not thinking about the words, anything else. You're just focused on this human being in front of you and living truthfully in front of them. So I think I agree, especially right now in my life and my career, that is exactly what I'm embracing. Just really learning my lines so well that you don't think, and then you forget them for real, but they live within you.
No, I think that stuff, I really do feel like that is true acting. Like, personally, like, that is elite right there. But with the day and age that we're in, it's like, how can they really allow us to play off when we're doing self-tapes, Like, that I feel like is very tough. Like, I truly did enjoy going in person, but, like, don't get me wrong, it's not like there was more emotions and stuff. Like, I get nervous every time, like, I walk into a room. Anything like that, like, where I feel like there's pressure, but I like that pressure, because then I try to use that pressure and then use it with my emotions and then keep going from there.
I would do the same. I mean,